And today I am going to show you all a how-to video on my weed eater bike. I have a 2-cycle engine here. It's real cheap, and those who can afford it, I made about 4 different types on this bike model, on this specific bike. I got made 3 different setups with the engine and the angle iron, but today I'm going to show y'all how I did this. So here, I'm going to show you all the tools real quick, and I'll be right back. Here are the simple tools I use. You only need a few, and then you need to buy a few things for the bike. So first, what I got a couple of drills. For one of the bolts, I prefer an impact drill. If y'all can see that, yeah. I prefer an impact drill because it would be more helpful. And then just get a simple screwdriver or whatever that can take bits. And then you're going to need one of these for this one or that one. So you can, like I said, you can use any drill. This is not an impact drill, but this one is. So, and then right here I have long bits because on my bike I have long screws for pegs. But of course, we're not going to use the pegs on the bike anymore because, yeah, you know. And then just get assorted screws and bolts that fit together. Because you're going to need them, and you can make holes the size you want. See, I have a little one too. You can get a couple of bigger ones. So, and then I have a few wrenches here. You need 2 of each kind. So, I'd prefer 2 of these 9/16, 2 of those. And then 2 of these 3/8. Here, can I zoom? I have metric and American, whatever you want to call it, here. So these are 2 different sizes, but they still work. These are 2 different sizes, but they still work. But it all depends on the size of the bolt. So here I got some tape for the kill switch, and then some simple pliers to help with a couple of things, and then wire for the kill switch as well. So let's get into how I made it. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the structure. The structure of the bike. So what I did on this one, this is a 2-cycle engine, runs on oil-gas mixture, and so yeah, most of this I set up on my own. As you can tell, it's a little messy. I left room for the pedals, so you can still, this isn't a moped, it used to be, but I had to make it so now it can't be a moped. So on this side, I just got a simple piece of angle iron and attached it on and added some of these bolts, bigger bolts, to make it stronger and have more, before this used to be flipped over, so I would need these bolts. So, and then on the motor, I just stripped it of all the metal and the pull cord because the pull cord was along the shaft. So let's go over here. All motorbikes will be different, but this is just how I did mine. I unscrewed the screws for the muffler. Right here, I had it off for one of my versions, and then I added a piece of angle iron over it. And by the way, this is for extra support, so it's not moving so much. And then I kind of put this on right here, a piece of angle iron I was using over the flywheel, that's why it's so cut out. But I would recommend using a better setup for this, but I recommend that one that can move back and forth. I set it up like this so it would move back and forth. So I flipped it around now, and we're looking at the other side. And what I did, back to this part right here I was talking to y'all about, This part, I did a big hole right there so I could attach a tensioner so I can screw it on and it'll push the peg I screwed onto the shaft. Some pegs won't work perfectly, so like some are threaded backwards and it's all weird, so yeah. And I put this on because I have long peg bolts. I bought an extra bolt that would fit the peg, and I bought a washer, and then I put this on. But the reason I was telling you all about the impact wrench was because this bolt, here, let's see if it'll focus. Because this one was real hard to put on, but I got it on with the impact wrench. So yeah, it's real simple. I ran this over here, connected it down there. Then I have all this. And then right here, I did have my stop button, but we'll get to that in a sec. Here, I'm going to flip it around again to show you all the throttle. Here, let me show you all the throttle now. So what I did for the throttle, something a little new. The throttle is right, come on, focus. Don't focus. Well, the throttle is right here, by the way. See, I'm gonna go pull the thingy. See it moving? Yeah. This thing doesn't autofocus, I don't think. It's a new Android. It's real stinky. But woo, that smells. That people had a little flatulence there. So yeah, what I did is I got electric wire and I ran it from, I took the stop button off and then I ran it, I kind of wrapped it around and ran it up here. I couldn't find electrical tape, so I used painter's tape, and I did that with both sides of the wire, ran it up and connected it back right here. So you can click that. And for the throttle as well, oh yeah, I had to use the back brakes for the throttle, so now I only have front brakes. And then here's the little system. I have the wire that was used in the weed eater I got. It was a home light, I think. Then I got one of these doohickeys, and then I got the spring and I connected it from here and strung it back to this piece of zip tie. And so that gives me tension. And then I put that little piece right there inside the loop I made out of wire in this thing. And it's in there so it pulls, goes down, and then it comes up into the motor. And then it pulls that little thingy. And then I have, of course, my little, yeah, my gas tank. I got a real small one. I took my muffler off for a little while, so it was real loud, but I live out in the country, so it's not much of a big deal. So, yeah, I just bought a big piece of angle iron. I mounted it to the holes already in the motor, and I came down here, I screwed those in, and then I attached this piece to the muffler, ran it down with the tensioner, yeah. And then I screwed this peg on, and then I ran that up, and then had to strip the wire for the whole back brake thing, and it ran, yeah. So, I made this bike for under $25, and if you can't afford like a high-tech, good nitro dirt bike, this is definitely the good thing. Once again, a 2-cycle engine, goes about 25 miles per hour with a kid my weight. I'm like 80 pounds, so it goes pretty darn fast. But as I said, very few things. You do need some bits, but that is all for this bike, and I made this video for people who, you know, have trouble making mine. Like when I first made mine, I wasn't smart with the tensioner, and it snapped the angle iron after about 3 months. So now this is what I did. I got pretty good hopes for this version. So thank you all for watching, and I hope this helps you all. Okay, goodbye.